Welcome back to another episode of How Did They Grow? I created this podcast because I wanted you to learn how other coaches, freelancers, service providers, and course sellers are growing their business, landing 10 to 20 new clients every single month, paying them 50, 100, 200K months. See, if they've done it, you can too. And that's just the reality. And I want you to listen to these podcasts to understand what strategies are they using, what techniques are they exploring, because it's in these gems that you can apply it to your business and actually scale things up. When you're ready and you feel like you actually want to learn practical, proven methodologies, or even you want to hire a team that can build you a profitable personal brand, book in a chat with our team because we can guarantee you go viral and guarantee you get clients for your business.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Alana Beman, beautypreneur and powerhouse entrepreneur behind Cosmopolitan Academy and the Diamond Society. He's redefining success in the beauty industry by empowering women to build a profitable and sustainable business. Alana, welcome. Thank you so much for making some time. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you, Christelle. Thank you for having me on here.
I am so excited to get this conversation started. How about you just start us off and tell us more about the Cosmopolitan Academy and the Diamond Society in whatever order you like. How did this all start? What are you up to nowadays?
Okay, so Cosmopolitan Academy, we teach globally anything from permanent makeup to lashes. And when we started the Academy about 12, 13 years ago now, we kind of noticed over the last 5 years or so that a lot of the students weren't able to do much with the paper certification. So they could now do a technique, but they were missing that business acumen to really push it and turn it into something after they learned the technique. So we really saw a gap and we wanted to bridge that gap. We felt like it was an ethical mission to not just be selling courses, but to pair it with something to give them a platform for success. So that's when we introduced the Diamond Society. And the Diamond Society, we actually, because we've owned salons that were very successful, since sold them, but we actually went to the salon base and reverse engineered what we did to get that success. And we are now selling that as the blueprint and the infrastructure to build their own businesses that they can copy, easy step by step. So that's kind of how we've become full circle. And we noticed since we've offered this, our students are about 85% more successful in this industry than taking from an academy that doesn't pair with the second part of the beautypreneur journey, which is building a business. So we're really excited to have done that, and we're seeing so much success. So that is kind of how Cosmopolitan Academy and the Diamond Society have interwoven in the beauty industry.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. You just can't neglect and cut out the business aspect of anything, no matter what industry you're getting into, whether that's beauty or opening up an ice cream shop. I mean, you can be good at making ice cream, but if you don't know how to run a business, it doesn't matter, does it?
It's uphill. And when I started, so I grew up in poverty. So I didn't have the business background. I also couldn't afford to go to Harvard. So I knew on the other side of all my students now, I was in the same boat as them. I had no business acumen, and the amount of trial and error and how much that cost me, not just in time, but in money too. I was just like, I want everybody to have the same opportunity, whether they can afford Harvard or not. So that's where I reverse engineered and created, an exact platform for them to just follow.
That's amazing. So you basically started by finding these salons weren't doing very well and did the auditing, told them what was going wrong, and then based off of that is how you created this training course.
Exactly. And we did it ourselves. So we actually had salons as well. So we didn't just teach courses, we also had a salon. So we were on the opposite side as well, where our students are, building from the ground up. So we were able to reverse engineer from doing it ourselves as well, which who better to learn from than those who have already done it themselves.
Absolutely, for sure, 100%. It just obviously instant credibility. Why would you listen to someone who hasn't done it before? So absolutely, 100%. What inspired you to get into beauty in the first place?
My mom. So
Oh.
she had a salon in my early teen years. She got a nice break in life as well. She's not in the industry the same anymore, but at that time I was watching her and she just, whiz into her spa and, delegate, and she was being paid to make people feel good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that already elevated her life, just knowing that she was making a difference in day to day for other people. They would come in and leave feeling so rejuvenated, so good. And you could see that resonating in her, and me watching her, I was just like, oh gosh, I want to do that too.
I want to be like my mom. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That's so sweet. I love that so much. Also being able to just walk into a spa, because it's my mom's spa. I can just come in and whatever, watch and learn and maybe get a few things done as well. How nice.
Get inspired. Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a benefit later in life for sure.
For sure. Well, it looks like you've built an incredible community with Cosmopolitan Academy and the Diamond Society together. What inspired you to create these platforms, really?
So in the early stages, when I was doing the services and building the salon, I was getting asked all the time, because take us back 10 years, right? And I was getting asked all the time, can you teach me? Can you teach me? And I was just like, you know what? There's an opportunity here. And yeah, I could absolutely do that. So that's where Cosmopolitan Academy, the actual training courses started. So I actually started, just with a little pink briefcase and going door to door, doing mobile lashes, because I couldn't even afford a bed, or a salon space. That's how I started. So I hustled hard. Later learned that the hustle, really sets us up for burnout. So we include that in our courses too, because it's so important. You're a mom, Christelle. I'm a mom. We're busy. And in the early stages, we have to wear all the hats. But then we learn how to delegate and how to, automate the back ends of our businesses. So we have time to actually enjoy the things that we love again. So that's so important as well. So, just year over year, it just keeps building. And we see, other areas that we can improve for the students, for ourselves. And we implement it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially the whole burnout part. It feels like you said, you have to wear the hats in the beginning, but then it doesn't have to stay that way. You don't have to wear all the hats all the time, even though it might feel like, okay, I'm the only person who knows how to do this. But perhaps there's a bigger lesson to learn behind that in how to be a leader and how to lead this business and lead other people and delegate in a way that reflects your vision.
Well, I can only go so far myself, because there's only so many hours in a day. So when I kind of let go of the control, because I'm a control freak, when I let that go and I said, you know what, there's other people who can do this just as well, maybe even better than I can. Why would I not allow them to help assist and grow? And, with a team, I've grown so much bigger, so much faster, so much efficiently, so much more successfully. And I'm able to give more to our students because of the team aspect that I just wouldn't have been able to do on my own.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that we see all the time on a day-to-day basis, actually, like with our clients who come to us, for social media help and strategy and all of that. They come to us and they've built this incredible business, and they might have, their referrals, their word of mouth, and they're looking to build like their online presence. But they're like, I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time. I don't have the capacity to do this myself. And then the moment they take us on, or they take a team on, whoever, it's just life changing. It's like, I have all this time on my hands now. I can focus on doing what I'm best at and what makes me happy, and what I started all of this in the beginning, the reason why I started this in the beginning, and it just spirals upward. And it's really beautiful to see.
Yeah, allowing them to just dive back into the passion. That's what got us all here. We had some sort of passion for whatever we're doing. So to be able to go back to those basics and have the time to enjoy it again.
Yeah.
Yes. That in itself is such a gift.
Yeah. What do you think has been the biggest game changer in scaling your business and reaching more beauty entrepreneurs or beautypreneurs?
So learning organic leads online has been a game changer. We spent so much money on paid ads constantly, and we still utilize paid ads. There's a space for that for sure. But when we really learned how to attract our ideal client without spending any money, That was a game changer for us to get in front of the right audience, give the right messaging, the clear messaging, and offer something that our ideal client, it could also help them, but it also capture their information so that we can then nurture and educate and build trust in a different platform. That was a game changer for us, learning how to utilize those very core aspects of business in today's, digital age. So anybody who's not, doesn't know what I'm talking about or is not in that realm, that's something that they should definitely be looking into, is just organic raw leads. That is a following, if they're organic, that will have such a loyalty to you as well, which is so beneficial.
Absolutely. Spot on. Yeah. You're literally just, yeah, exactly.
I hope you're enjoying this podcast. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're learning so much practical wisdom, because that's what I really wanted from this podcast. Now, I just want to quickly say, if you're looking for a team that can actually help you explode and go viral with your personal brand with proven methodologies, I say this because I've been doing this for the past 5 years. We've got a team of 30 people who are ready to go ahead and explode your brand so you can get clients begging to work with you. Have a chat with one of our advisors. You can book in a chat using one of the links around this video, because that chat might just change your life.
Your brand is all about empowering women in the industry. Can you tell us more about your vision for where you'd like to take this in the next year, in the next 2 years?
Oh my gosh, we want to be known as the leading force in the beauty industry for not just producing expert artists, but also savvy business leaders. That's our vision. That's our goal. Everything that we do right now is in producing an artist that can also sustain a business and an income and stability in their life. That's everything that we're doing right now. And that's all we're focusing on.
That's great. What kinds of plans or strategies do you have in place to make that happen?
So we're doing a lot more with our lead generations, our magnets, and then nurturing in the back end, educating the clients as well, and obviously paid ads. I mean, I could do this for hours. I could talk to you about the strategy, but ultimately it's about zeroing in a little bit more strategically on getting in front of our ideal client with the correct messaging so that they know what we're doing. And, we can kind of vibe with our clients so that it's just an easy transition. It really makes the whole process hands off, easy, and successful.
Yeah, you seem to be really, really passionate about that, about, generating that organic growth and attention. Is this something that you had to learn by yourself? Was there a team that you hired that kind of showed you the ropes on the important stuff, on the back end stuff? How did this come to be? Because sometimes it feels like when you're building a business by yourself, I mean, I'm sure a lot of our listeners are in this place, at the starting point of zero. And it's so easy to come onto social media or to talk to business people or listen to their success and be like, I'm never gonna get there. I just don't know, how do they know all this information? How did it come to you?
Yeah. So first part to touch on, comparing yourselves to others. I tell my students all the time, stay in your own lane. Don't ever compare your first step to somebody's 50th, because trust me, we were all in that first step too. And we had to just build that momentum. First, we had to get clear on what is our vision? What is our end goal here? And then once we get clear on our vision, clarity creates momentum. And momentum is what will turn our dreams into reality. So one step in front of the other, very slowly. But to kind of go back to your question and answer. So number one, what gave me the passion to even want to do this and create organic structure for our students? Biggest part was I was there. I could not afford paid ads. I could not afford a huge marketing budget. I could not afford to be door knocking every day because I had to physically be doing the service. So I understand that a lot of my students, the majority, are in the same shoes that I personally was in 10 years ago. So I wanted to create a system that wasn't like, yeah, come learn from me, but do you have $10,000 a month for a marketing budget? No, of course not. We're all startups. So it was really important to me to learn the way, reverse engineer how I got to where I was, and that was through organic. And then to teach that so that anybody at any level, any income level as well, can take the Diamond Society and actually turn it into something without heading in plateau, because they're like, well, I don't have an extra even $500 a month for ads. How do I build this without a budget? We'll teach you how. I did it myself. I also needed to do it myself because I didn't have the money. When I started this, I was 27 years old, 28. And I was in the middle of a divorce. I had a daughter, and it was just me and her when we left for a little while. And I had nobody to depend on but myself. And so times were super tight. I also didn't have a marketing budget. So I want to make sure that if you have the marketing budget, there's a part in the Diamond Society for you. But if you don't, there's also a part for you. I want to make this manageable for anybody at any income level so that they can start building from the ground up. So that's where the passion came from. And then you asked a second part of the question. I don't know if you remember what it was. I lost the train of thought.
Let me think back. I just jump on the same flow as you. I'm just like, where were we 5 seconds ago? Hold on, it's gonna come to me.
Maybe I answered your question. I don't know. I just got talking there.
I think,
I'm talking. I know what I'm talking about.
I think you definitely did. No, I think you definitely did. I did ask. I asked you the question about like where you got this knowledge from and all of that, and you said just doing it yourself and not being able to outsource it.
So my business went to the next level. So in the early stages, I was trial and error. It was costing me a lot. I was getting somewhere. I have kind of reverse engineered what was working, what wasn't. And then when I really got to the next level, though, was when I could afford to invest back into myself. And that's when I hired a mentor that really helped me streamline what this even was, what it meant, and the power of it. And so from there, getting a mentor, and I recommend that to everybody, mentor from somebody who's done it themselves. It's like your business GPS, really, right? Like I can guide you to where you're going so much quicker than if you're just kind of taking back roads and hoping to get to that end result on your own. So somebody who's done it themselves, that's when I really took off.
Yeah, that's actually, I see that a lot, from the whole professional business side of things. On LinkedIn, for example, everyone's got a mentor. Everyone wants to be a mentee. How do you go about that? How do you find a mentor? How do you ask them to be your mentor?
So in the early stages, I was learning from, people around me. And then I kind of saw that I was plateaued and I was either doing more than some of the people around me or at the same level. So that's actually when I took to the internet and actually started Googling and interviewed a few people. They thought they were interviewing me. No, I was interviewing them. 100%. I had to see if I vibed, if I liked them, if they were answering questions properly, and do that. 100%. If you're looking for a mentor who's doing a lot more than you that you want to learn from, interview them, see where you vibe, and that, life just takes us where we're supposed to go naturally when it happens like that, when we kind of just, when the energy sinks and we know that they're already doing more than us, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, great advice. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
What are the businesses looking like now? So how many clients, how many students are you getting through the door or online?
Yes, we have hundreds a month. So we're in the thousands now every year for sure. So it's quite large. We're most dominant in North America, so Canada, US, Mexico, things like that. However, we are starting to dabble in really pushing for a global presence. So that's with all of the brands. We have Cosmopolitan, Diamond Society, but we also have Shop PMU Products, which is our own brand to assist in the same industry. It's our own line, high quality, so that people are not having issues with results. And that's super important. That was kind of number 2 before the Diamond Society, was to create a product that people could use and rely on, and that gave the results to complement how professional they were as an artist as well.
Amazing. So globally, is there, you said globally, so perhaps not a region you're particularly targeting at the moment, but No, it's great to see, the growth. And how many, no, that's not how I want to frame my question. Who is behind all of this? So you must have a team right now. You mentioned you have a team now, helping you push this forward. Who really is part of this team, and who do you have on your right hand side?
So the two top ones that I will definitely mention that this company would be nothing without is Kelly. She's our training coordinator, liaison, and she's everything administrative. And then we have Megan, and this girl is a powerhouse online. She can navigate. She's got the messaging, she's got the content, and she really drives that side. So together, the three of us, the visionary, the admin, the online, sky's the limit, but it didn't happen
Absolutely.
overnight. Kelly's been with us actually for 8 years. Her and I have been together. So she's
Wow.
my wife. And then Megan's, she's going on 4 years, I believe. So
That's
very low
amazing.
employee turnover here. We do have some others that work with us as well, but those two are the main, and we work so well together, complement each other, and we would be nothing without either of them.
That's amazing. Lovely shout out there. I love that. And well, congratulations on having built a team that you can rely on on the long term. A lot of people really struggle with that, on finding their people. And it sounds like you really have some two awesome ladies by your side doing some awesome, awesome work, which is great to hear. Do you have any challenges that you're currently going through within the business that you can share with our listeners?
Current challenges? No, I think the biggest thing is we had to adapt after COVID. People's buying journey changed quite significantly. We used to buy on impulse. We used to see something we wanted, we took it. I found the last 3 years, since everything settled down, the buying journey has changed. It's become very psychological. And so to learn psychological selling, if you're selling, not even just online, even if you've got a brick and mortar, people are not generally, they might see something and they'll sit on it a little bit longer than they used to, especially if it's a high ticket item. So just learning the psychology behind sales is super, super helpful to be a bit more efficient and to guide your ideal client in a more efficient manner. We never want to sell anybody. We're here to serve our clients. And even just mentality makes a world of a difference in their comfort level when they do decide to purchase.
Absolutely. In the sense of not coming across as you have to buy this now, otherwise XYZ. We're here for you when you're ready. We're here and we know we're the right choice for you. Holding that, that confidence of knowing that you're the expert in the field, essentially, right?
But still finding that happy medium of keeping in contact and nurturing without being overbearing, without being salesy. It's a tango that's ever evolving. My purse just fell off the wall, sorry. Apparently
that's fine.
Yeah. But the nurturing aspect is ever evolving, especially in the fast-paced world that we're living online. So just learning how to nurture without being overbearing, but without just saying, we're here when you're ready, and then disappearing. And they're like, who was that again? And they forget about you. So there is a bit of a dance to do with your clientele, create some harmony in the relationship. That's you can build upon that.
Yeah, for sure. That's some solid advice, actually. Do you have, before your final message, where can people find you online? Where is the best place to come and reach out to you?
So they can find us at cosmopolitanacademy.inc is our socials, and at diamondsociety.inc or websites.com, but tdsociety.com is the website.
Sorry, I'm also writing this down.
I got to get better flow with that. See? I've got some work to do.
So that's diamondsociety.inc and cosmopolitanacademy.inc for socials, right? And .com for websites.
For Cosmo, but
Okay.
for Diamond Society, it is tdsociety.com.
tdsociety.com. Okay, that's great. I mean, I'm taking a note of this because, the team's going to keep the links and all of that as well.
Beautiful.
Do you have a final message for our listeners today? Whatever it is, can be anything.
Never look down unless it's to admire your shoes. I'll leave you guys with that one.
I love that. Yes. I absolutely love that. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Alana, for your time today. You gave us some really, really, really solid advice in business. And the advice you gave us, which I love, it applies to all sorts of businesses. It doesn't have to be for beauty only, which is really, really gold. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Christelle, for having this platform and making this available to us entrepreneurs. We appreciate you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Alana. Take care.
I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. I want you to go away and execute everything there is that you've learned. Now, one thing I will say is if you're in a position where you're ready to actually take things to another level, you want structured, clear guidance, you want a team that can actually help accelerate you, book in a chat with our advisors. Why? We can blow up your personal brand to attract clients begging to work with you. All you got to do is book in a chat with our advisors and we can help make it happen. Sound fair enough?